Howdy, 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 my name's Anachi Sasuke, and welcome back to Let's Read Prequel. In the last episode, there was a walk-around flash. See, it says that last flash was big. Did you miss something? Check out the summary. I don't really remember nothing about it, so I'm just gonna hope I didn't miss nothing. IRA wrote, as for what to do after delivering the letter, Katia could catch slaughterfish by filling one of those buckets with the old fish and lowering it down the well on a length of yarn. Katia shouldn't have too much trouble finishing off a fish out of water, and she can process the fish for supper or sell the scales to purchase lodging. Great Acumen wrote, also check with Lenka to see if she has garlic. No point in taking chances. Then accept that clearly not a vampire lady's offer. She's so shady that she's wrapped back around into seems legit territory. And with a net profit of 25 septims, you'd be able to afford to replace your meager machete with one made by Grosh to Rob, which in turn would make you well enough armed that you might be able to go up against those imps that are bothering Tavia, or Tavia, whatever. Of course, before doing that, you should try to recover more mana, and also decide on a price that Tavia will be willing to pay for you dealing with the imps. Only use the fire in an emergency though, you don't want to burn down Tavia's shop while trying to deal with the imps. Sagura wrote, make a mental note to leave yarn on windowsill of tavern you are now banned at. In the meantime, you have a quest finishing to do. Introduce yourself to the bookstore owner and explain that you have a letter from Quillweave for him. Why are we banned from a tavern? Plan to inquire at the Mages Guild. Maybe you can get membership there. This will be an excellent source of comfortable bedding, training, and free stuff. Kiev wrote, 1. You're already in the bookstore. Just hand over Quillweave's letter and politely explain where it came from. Complete task. Then consider other Kavachi things. 2. Forget the not vampire. No amount of drinks is worth risking an eternity as a blood-sucking parasite of the night. And yes, you know she is. You're not that naive. Boop. 3. Free combat lessons from either the old Red Guard or the Elf. Free is totally within your price range. Go take one of them up on it when you're done with the bookseller. 4. Speaking of price range, don't forget to sell your loot. Adult Puppet Show wrote, bookstore owner, continuously stack books into pyramids as the conversation between you and the Khajiit progresses. Alright, maybe I do need to check out the summary, because clearly I missed something. Let's open it in a new window. Let's see. Reach Kavach. Meet an elf making smoke signals. Friends. Show up a little early. Things, sorry. Oh, me? I'm a guard. I collect old keys. Hobby. You make a friend. I've read books. These ones specifically, just books in general. Just books in general. Hi, I'm kind of bad conversations. Widom Ja. Rifle through dozens of crates and barrels. A fork. You meet a creepy elf at the Fighters Guild. Oh, right. He's the one offering fighting. Free fighting because naked wrestling. And show a bitchy innkeeper who's boss. Welcome to my inn. Please look around. Realize you can't afford to stay right. You even meet some other Suthe Rot Khajiit. Yeah. But they don't like you very much. Let's see. Oh, is this the same Khajiit? That's a different Khajiit. I think I completely missed that person. You've been banned from the tavern forever. Yeah, I completely missed that. Let's find out why that was. So the other day I heard some humans kind of suggesting that all Suthe Rot look the same. I mean, how crazy is that, right? Do you think we all look the same? You have been banned from the tavern forever. Okay, I definitely missed that one. For an old man from Hammerfell. Cool. And this lady. Hey, kid! I'd like to make 15 septims real quick. Yeah, that lady who's totally a vampire. You learn about human customs. Corn? It's full of corn for the guards, I guess. Humans fucking love corn and human headwear. Salutations! And human problems. You find a competition! That's competition. And a competitor. I remember these ones a little bit. And proceed to embarrass yourself. How did this happen? I didn't even know you could do this. Dance off. Disasters avoided 10,000. Where did the pole come? Okay, there's the pole. You talk to a smith. And to a count. I never saw you. I like your town. Thank you. Bye now. And to some immigrants. Well, I met the immigrants. Should I have spoken to the kid more? That's if I made any friends. The blue and gold lady. I don't hate her. Nobody hates her, which is weird because she's not even nice to everybody. Sometimes she's really mean, but I like her because she's funny and she likes it when I tell her about Black Marsh and she got us Argonian food. Also, she smells funny. Nobody else can tell, but I can. You consult some deities. You pick on a guard's captain's phobias. Found some work opportunities. Discover a mage's guild. Discover a shop. Like, I found the shop, but I didn't know about the dance competition. I also didn't find the orphanage that a fire mage probably shouldn't be in. It's full of oily rags. Been meaning to watch those. Sometimes the just like to clean up around the smithy. There's a whole bunch of fireworks in here. And finally locate the bookstore without any major disasters. Select the bookstore. How did I miss so many things? Holy crap! So many things. I'm glad I clicked the summary button. Wow. Wow, I'm sorry. I didn't even know. You put the finishing touches on your map of Kavach, jotting down some notes in the margins. Let's see. Fish in a well. Free lessons. Leave yarn on this douche's window. Vampire. Never again. New sign. Sell stuff. Imps. Learn stealthiness. Find magic source. Get an actual something. Tonight. New weapon. Overall, this afternoon's turned out surprisingly well. You've already identified several potential employment opportunities, met a couple people willing to give you free training, and found a few items you're interested in purchasing once you have some gold in your pocket. And you're definitely planning to check out that Mages Guild as soon as it opens, not just out of curiosity, but because you still need a place to stay tonight. Buying a room at the inn is one thing, but if you can somehow get a membership with the Mages Guild, well, then you have free lodging, free food, and access to all the wizarding paraphernalia your heart could desire. The very thought makes you shiver with excitement. Right now, though, you have important business to attend to. Cobalt wrote, ask the gentleman his name and introduce yourself. Perhaps not in that order. Politeness is always a plus in High Elf's eyes. You proudly introduce yourself as Katia Mannigan, professional courier and wizard in training. You ask the gentlemanly elf his name and ask if he is the proprietor of this fine literary establishment. Wow, he says. He's usually just called the bookstore guy, but he likes your rendition much better. He tells you his name is Hurdle. He likes books, buys books, puts them all around on shelves, and then other people come in and buy them. So yes, proprietor, he proprietes. Well then, I believe I've got something for you, Mr. Proprietor. Bibliophile wrote, Katia, you're not certain what the contents of this letter are. If you appear enthusiastic to be delivering a letter bringing ill news or worse, insults, it may go poorly for you. So be dignified, be respectful, and be prepared to apologize. Despite the fact that you are brimming with pride from your first real accomplishment, you try your best to maintain a professional composure. You hold the letter out and explain that it's from Quillweave back in Anvil. She asks for it to be delivered as soon as possible. God's blood, a letter from Quillweave, and in a beautifully wine-stained envelope, no less! Are you returning to Anvil? Can you bring a reply? You answer yes to both. Hurdle gleefully says he'll have his response ready in just a second. Don't run off yet! No, don't run off. He's been awaiting this for quite some time. While he frantically scribbles something on a tattered piece of paper, you move on to your second order of business. You explain that there was an accident involving a can of purple paint, and you ruined one of Quillweave's grammar reference books. Would there be perhaps a copy here you could purchase as a replacement? Hurdle says something that boring wouldn't exactly be a hot seller, so just check around on the shelves. If you can find it, then the two of you can discuss a price. What is she eating? Fair enough. You scan the main bookshelf for anything that looks close. Before you can get very far, Hurdle calls after you and announces that he has finished his reply. Oh! That was fast. You, don't want to use an envelope or anything? Nah, Hurdle says the letter's much better this way. I guess maybe the letter was an insult since he just, like, hocked a lookie on a piece of paper and went, here you go! Vinny Vici wrote, Katia, explain Hurdle explained to Hurtle that despite being a professional courier, it'd be much better if he put the letter in an envelope. I mean, accidents happen even to the best couriers. You remind Hurtle that even though you are a professional courier, accidents can still happen. His letter will be probably much safer in a nice sturdy envelope. He strokes his chin thoughtfully, pondering your request. An envelope would be functional, sure, but he doesn't know if it will be insulting enough. Unless I make the entire letter ironically uninsulting. Brilliant! Hurtle quickly begins scribbling out a new letter on a fresh sheet of paper. He tells you to check the ground and see if you can find a leather-bound book on restoration magic. He has an idea how to make this ironically uninsulting letter even more ironically uninsulting. You hand him the requested book, which he quickly wraps up and attaches to the letter. He presents you with the completed gift wrap package. Hopefully you don't mind carrying a slightly heavier reply back to Quillweave. You tell him it's fine, you don't mind, though you are, a little curious as to why he's trying to write an insulting letter. Hurtle says it's just an inside joke between him and QW. Don't worry about it. You're the courier. All you have to do is curry. Just make sure you don't open this or anything. He wants it to still look kind of nice when it reaches her. Ironically nice. He says it shouldn't be a problem. You're turning out to be surprisingly good at following simple, straightforward directions without messing up. Anyway, that book I was looking to purchase. Hurtle sets the package aside. Oh, right. Throw it on the counter. Let's figure out a price. Curse Brandish wrote, also stand up straight for God's sake, you're Katia fucking Mannigan, fire shooting badass, not some slouched over goblinoid hedge maze hunchback, not that we're racist. Pro wizards have confident posture and look soon to be barbecues in the eyes. Sure, why not? You puff out your chest and straighten your back a little, trying to strike a confident businesswomanly posture. You can't tell if it's working or not. Hurtle stares intently at the grammar book and eventually confesses that he doesn't actually know the first thing about how much books are worth. He used to have a book on book pricing, but then someone bought it. So now he just kind of tries to puzzle the stuff out on his own, see what people are willing to pay. This book has a lot of pages and words in it. How's like 40 drakes sound? 40 drakes. Cyberjock wrote, Katia offer full set of dining utensils and high quality yarn in exchange for book. Expound on both the simple and complex joys brought by yarn. It is both endlessly amusing to get tangled in, and will make up for the scrapbooking supplies he just spent on Quillweave. Abominor wrote, demanded for nothing! Failing that, call it the price for your platinum courier service. Bob the Pen wrote, wait, drakes like the duck? What the hell's he gonna do with 40 ducks? Maybe just give him a poor drawing of a duck as some kind of ironic payment? Space Moth wrote, Katia suggests that replacing her book for free would make for an even more uninsulting gesture that will surely catch her off guard when she then reads the letter. Catface. Professor Zobot wrote, Katia, you can't just let him dictate the price, especially when he's admitted he doesn't know what a fair price would be. Haggle with him. See if you can drive the price down. You quickly learn that haggling is much more complicated than you thought. After about 10 minutes of your best bargain making, you only managed to take the price down to 35 septums. You play every card in your deck, explaining the book isn't worth much, trying to organize a trade, even insisting you deserve a lower price as a part of a courier fee. But none of it works out that well. Hurtle claims that the book's possible rarity makes it worth more. He refuses to accept any payment other than gold. He even says your courier services are worth 5 septums at most. After all, you're just delivering the letter one town away. That's not even dangerous. Running out of good alternatives, you decide to try personal appeal. If you replace the book for free, maybe that would be even more ironically uninsulting to Quillweave. She'd probably be offended by how courteous it was, eh? Right? Hurtle turns down your offer. Books are expensive, he says, and he can't just hand them out for free. He only did that with the restoration book because books on magic are only worth 1 septum. At least that's what the lady from the Mages Guild told him. Anyway, as a shopkeeper, he likes to keep business courteous and fair. You ruined Quillweave's book, therefore he thinks that you should be the one to replace it. Free writing on his charity to cover up your mistake would just be unironically rude. His remark about free writing on charity hits a nerve. You uncomfortably explain that you didn't mean it like that. You just thought maybe... Never mind, sorry. He'll suggest that you just buckle down and pay the 35 septums. Some shopkeepers are into this whole haggling thing, but he really just wants to get this over with so he can go back to building book pyramids. So you're going to buy the book or not? Snowcat wrote, Katia, admit that 40 drakes is for the book, is both more than is worth to you and more than you are carrying. You reluctantly confess that you don't actually have that much money to your name right now? That's part of the reason you want to drive the price down. You're going through kind of a hard time money-wise, but you really need that book. Quillweave is counting when you get her a new copy, and you can't let her down. You'll totally be back in a day or two with the money, and you'll buy the book then. That's okay, right? Hurdle sighs and tells you to stop looking all mopey. It's fine. You're not the first penniless courier QW has sent here on some sort of pity mission. He'll even put the book in reserve to make sure nobody buys it before you. Just try to hurry up about it. You thank him and promise you'll be back as soon as you can with some actual money. Thanks. Virgil wrote, "Kinda ask if you can tidy up his shop for a few extra coins, or maybe for that replacement book for Quill Weave. In fact, maybe the two of you could even strike up a deal or something. If he needs some work done, you suggest that maybe you could try to tidy up his shop a bit, or a little extra." Whoa, Hurdle interrupts. "First you come in here with no money, then you waste half an hour trying to pay me with artwork and grass clippings, and now you're insinuating something's wrong with my store?" He kindly informs you that he is the bookstore guy, not you. Do you own a bookstore? No. Then apparently you don't know the first thing about bookstoring. Now go on, shoot. Run off now. We've said everything that's to be said. Come back when you have some actual coin. Slam. Well, that didn't go so bad, you guess. You delivered Quillweeve's letter, met her friend, and now you just gotta scrounge up 35 septims to buy her new book. Well, 35 septims plus however much it'll cost you to eat and sleep while you're in Kvatch. But you can probably do that. Yeah, that works out to more than you expected, but you've still got plenty of loot to sell and a couple of work opportunities scoped out. Before you know it, your empty pocket will have 20 septims in it, then 50, then 100. Piece of cake. Destined Fate X wrote, "Katia, after leaving Hurdle's shop, discover your hidden talent of high-level weapon projection magic at the Kvatch's Mages Guild. Competence. Oh gods, that will be the coolest thing ever! And for all you know, you actually could have some hidden magical talent just waiting to be discovered and honed. Something about that potentially untapped potential makes you giddy. It certainly solved some problems too. With 2 spells, you'd actually be able to join the Mages Guild proper, meaning a free place to stay whenever you need it. Of course, the Kvatch's Mages Guild probably isn't open yet, so you can't confer with the wizards there. But tonight is gonna be great. In the meantime, you better just get started on earning some money." Lightning Armor wrote, "And snag that crumpled up spat upon letter while you're at it and see what it says." Oh, right. You grabbed it on your way out. Almost forgot about it. Let's see what kind of strange and exciting correspondence Quillweave and Hurdle have been exchanging. "Dear QW..." Oh, alright. "God's blood, you're such a dumb lizard. Maybe you could tell the difference between your esophagus and your windpipe, then you wouldn't know which food goes down. Next time you choke, I hope you die because I hate you. I don't even need you. I could probably write better than you if I tried. I'm not trying right now. Also, you're fat. Your best elf friend, Hurdle. P.S. Sure, I'll pre-order the usual 20 copies. Pay me next time I'm in Anvil." That was less exciting than you expected. You're not quite sure why, but you were kind of hoping to discover some piece of life-changing information in this letter. Or at least something useful. Let's resume that money hunt. What's the commands? The voice in the muse wrote, "Okay, now that we've read it, let's lawfully discard that disgusting piece of paper. Don't litter. That said, it might be a good idea to check out the local church and try to get a recharge. That should make doing a few chores around town a little easier. Also, maybe see if the gods would be so merciful as to perhaps grant you some magic god money, or a light before lunch blessing or something. 3rd time's the charm, right?" Jacob Zanth wrote, "Kinda, did you just read someone else's mail? Shame! Shame! You weren't reading someone else's mail, you were reading someone else's trash. It's completely different and much more acceptable. Properly dispose." But yeah, this is no time to sit around pondering the morality of garbage tampering. You've got work to do. Boop. Refiner wrote, "Katia, you have some options. Try to convert your quick assets to cash first, and then consider the odd jobs around town if the sales don't go too well. First things first, it's time to head to the trader and sell off all this stuff you don't need. You know, get a little starter cash, hopefully enough to cover the first day or so. After that, you guess you've got some options. One thing you definitely want to do before tonight is get a magic recharge from the healers at the chapel. You know, in case the wizard folk in the Mages Guild ask you to demonstrate your abilities. But really, your first priority here should be saving up some cold, hard cash. There were a couple people who seemed like they might be willing to pay. That one guy needed a sign. You could do that, yes. That's like a good 10 septims probably. Woo! Nearly 1/20th your stay covered right there." XP wrote, "Katia, consider entering dancing tournament for money, which, you know, you need." Yeah, you know, you need the money, but you really don't want to enter that dance tournament. I mean, your old life of drunken one-night stands and sleazy pole dancing is something you want to leave behind. Now that you're far away from home, you want to be someone people can look up to. You want to be someone you can look up to. The very thought of getting up on a stage showing everyone who can watch what a trashy slut you are, it just sort of puts a knot in your stomach. the people in this town probably almost kind of respect you right now, and you want to hang on to that because it feels good. So yeah, dance competition isn't going to happen. Not unless you can miraculously come up with some act that doesn't make you look like a cheap whore. The orc said it'd be a few days before the next competition, so you guess you'll have time to think about it. Shandora wrote, once that's done, find the grape jelly lady and take her up on her offer. You really need the money if you plan to even stay the night in the city. Plus it's just some jelly and she's doing it behind a tree where no one can see. What's the harm? Moldavane Eurovision 2011 wrote, Katia, get some money from that creepy lady. She's clearly not a vampire, just a necromancer. Fuck you. This, on the other hand, sounds like a perfect idea. Sure, her request seemed a little weird and fetishistic at first, but in retrospect, there's really nothing sexual about licking grape jelly off someone's neck. It just happens to be a thing she likes. The same way you like magic or Quilly likes chocolate. You're quite sure this lady is a perfectly normal human with no ulterior motives whatsoever. You know, no ulterior motives other than the small fact that she is a fucking vampire who wants to suck your blood. You'd rather not sell your precious lifeblood to this undead monstrosity. If something bad happens, maybe you get hurt or something, you're gonna need this blood for bleeding. And you're not sure how fast people grow new blood. Anyway, you're quite certain you can come up with better ways to earn money. My username's Mud. Try and sell that yarn to your new Khajiit friend. Faith in Subconscious. Lyco Halostar wrote, Katia, you should sell all your unneeded junk. I'm sure carrying a lighter load and a heavier wallet will make you feel much better. Try and pull together as much money as you can while you wait for the Mages Guild to open. And you can see what their deal is. Right. No sense in getting frustrated about bad ideas you hadn't even executed yet. Right now, it's time to make some quick cash. A heavier wallet makes everything better, or so you've heard. You regather your confidence, push the dumb ideas out of your head, and stroll into the Kavash general store. Tavia welcomes you back and, like before, invites you to look around. She explains that a couple brand new scrolls were dropped off since your last visit, if that's something you're interested in. Accost the hooded individual. You return Tavia's greeting and say the spell scrolls are definitely something you'd be interested in, at least perusing them anyway. Right now, you don't really have the money to. Dosik wrote, that guy who was ignoring you seems suspicious. You should go see what he's doing. Geomitch wrote, gotta talk to the dude. You've literally talked to everybody in town, including a cultist, a vampire, and a neckbeard. Don't pussy out of small talk. He might know of employment opportunities. Networking 101. Hold that thought. You suddenly notice the unfamiliar hooded man standing nearby. You tell Tavia you'll get back to her in a minute. You've got a friend to make. Cerebus 555 wrote, gotta talk to the hooded man in the store. He looks like he'll maybe in need of Katia Mannequin's assistance. Yeah, the way he's pouring over that shopping list definitely signifies he's looking for something. You approach the man accordingly. Why, hello there, sir! You look like a fellow who is in need of something. Something perhaps easily attainable that I could help you with? Eh? The man kindly informs you that, as a brighter individual might infer from his priest robe, he's not in the market for an exotic prostitute. So buy. Put your cowl on and look like a serious mage. Ignoring the unintentional gut punch, you scamper after the man and explain that you are not a prostitute, you're a wizard! Wizard for hire! You flip your hood up to demonstrate how extremely wizardly you are. He shrugs and apologizes. He's usually capable of sensing a fellow magic user. In fact, he always is! Now, if you'll excuse him, Sigrid is expecting some supplies. Sigrid, ooh! Are you with the Mages Guild then, you ask? You tell him you've been thinking about joining the guild and are going to visit the Kavash Guild Hall tonight. It'll actually be your first visit to a Mages Guild since you learned magic. You're really looking forward to it, though you're not sure what to expect. What's the Kavash's Mages Guild like? Is Sigrid the head of it? Are you allowed to read the guild's books even if you're not actually a member yet? Does the guild buy alchemy ingredients? Do you have one of those creepy cabal guys there? Sorry, are these questions bothering you? Yes, he says. Your incessant questioning is the most annoying thing he has ever experienced. Oh, sorry, you say. Dealing with mages and magic stuff, it just always makes you this weird mix of nervous and excited. Eee! Actually, since he's apparently a mage priest thing, maybe he could help. He could help you out a little. You explain that you can't generate your own magicka, Atronach and all, and you really don't want to show up at the Mages Guild tonight without any. So maybe if it's not too much help, he could like hit you with a healing spell or something. The man tells you not to worry about it. He'll tell Sigrid you're coming, mention your magicka problem, and she'll come up with something. That's the kind of thing she does. Really? That sounds great. Thanks. I'll see the guys there tonight, I guess. By the way, for a Mages Guild, is there a required dress code or something? Because I want to make a good impression, and I don't know how I feel about this hood. Also, my name is Katia. I didn't catch yours. Is it Steve? You kind of look like a Steve. Wizards are so cool! You can't wait until tonight. That's probably a good stopping point, though. Yeah, that's a good stopping point. So, that about does it for this episode of Let's Read Prequel, and the next one, more shenanigans are probably going to happen, since we're still in the shop right now, and I've gotten just far enough into Prequel that I kind of know what's going to happen next, I just don't remember how. In any case, this has been Anashi Sasuke. This was episode, I forgot to check which episode it was, but rest assured, it's an episode. If you liked it, a like and a subscribe would be groovy. If you didn't, you need to do either one of those things, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.